computer. Well, hello, everyone. I am Liz Geyer, and I am a team member of the Language of Consciousness Institute, and I'm here today with Lori, who's also a team member, and we're going to be playing around with unpacking our lives. We've been having a great conversation about, what is unpacking for us kind of in our corner of existence, and what are the different ways that we've been unpacking. And also what came up here was where in our lives might we want to look more closely, because for me right now, especially, unpacking is kind of looking in and revealing what's there that we didn't see before in our lives. So it's really fun to be able to look at our lives and kind of sift through the different layers of where we're existing, and to see where we might want to, I like my analogy of using the camera lens, where might we want to train our lens right now to focus on that one aspect of our life or more, and really delve in and dive deeper, to see what we can explore and learn about. So I was talking about the fact that I'm kind of doing a dual unpacking, I guess, now, that I hadn't really thought I was going to do. And one of those suitcases per se is a journey of health. And so we were talking about that. And for you, Lori, I know you were talking about kind of your journey of unpacking life and what that was like for you. So I'm going to kind of turn it over to you, because I'm totally fascinated in what you were talking about, as far as how you have been in the process for many, many, many years of unpacking life in general. So kind of, if you would, go back to the beginning of when unpacking for you started, because that's fascinating to me. And then maybe kind of go through your process like we were talking about earlier. So over to you.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I would say the beginning of my journey, or like my conscious awareness of my beginning of my journey, was after the death of my parents, and really being in the unknown of that and looking for support of the adult figures around to help me through that. And I recognized that it was kind of like, all right, go see a therapist and what have you. And I'm like, okay. And even at a young, tender age, I really didn't see the benefit of that. So my unpacking was all mental, in the sense that I gave them what I thought they wanted to hear, so I could stop being in relationship with a therapist. And that went on for a short period of time. And when I moved away and went to college, and later on in my late 20s, mid 30s, I was discovering that there was like a longing within me for something different. And my whole entire life was a mental way of being in the world. Like, how do I create safety, belonging, and all of that from a mental way of being? And it wasn't until I was introduced to unpacking through the body or through the soma, really utilizing all of our systems, that something clicked for me. So now I'm in the mystery, if you will, of being with the totality of the soma. So I'm in with the body sensations, unpacking through that, unpacking through the mental mind and how they kind of work together or are adversarial and don't work together. And for me, sustainable transformation happened when I was able to be in the unpacking of my whole system. And that creates like a little fear because I've never, like, I was totally disconnected from my body. It created joy of mystery of like, ooh, what can I discover about myself and what really is possible? So being in the depths of a supportive community that really was there to create space for me to be how I needed to be for my own transformation, that's huge. And there was no like, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. And that like just created more space for my own self-study, my own willingness to unpack for the sake of me and how I wanted to move upon the earth and what I wanted to create in the world. So I'm excited to be in this conversation with you, Liz, because I do see it as an art, and we all have our unique relationship to unpacking. And what a great just it's like a it's like a theme that we all have in our lives. So it's like just sitting and being with the ways and the perspectives in which other people, we all unpack, is powerful. And it's potent because if I kept going along the trajectory in which I was moving, I probably wouldn't be on this conversation with you today because I would be stuck in that patterning of what was familiar. So I'm excited.
Yeah, this is very cool. You just brought me back to I do a little card reading for myself every month at the full moon, and you just talked about breaking old patterns, and that's something that is a big benefit of being willing to be in the process of unpacking is that it does help us to break those patterns. And I also love what you said about the fact that you had started to work with the body and the soma, because for me in the last year, I discovered the process of being with the body, and now I'm realizing in this new unpacking of my health that I think that now I'm seeing there's this layer there of how it's going to be different this time, because this time I have some body awareness. Before, like you were talking about, I didn't have it was really all mental, taking in what everyone was saying. I should do this, I should do that, but not connecting in with the body around it. And now I am. So for example, this morning it just came to me, the body was talking to me, I think it's time for you to be more active now than you have been. Just walking isn't enough. So what can we do about that? And so it's really, really cool because the body knows now that I'm, with it and wanting to go deeper with it. So I love what you've said, because that's going to, your experiences are going to literally help me now move more on my journey. And also, for all of you out there listening, Lori has a friend who does Tai Chi and Qigong, right? And, yeah, and she sent me this link that I'm going to move on, because for right now, that's my inroad in there, because that's something that interests me and the body. So it's really exciting how, when we're working together, collaborating on this process of unpacking our lives, how it's such a benefit to be in collaboration with each other, because we can learn from each other, and there is no judgment here, like you said. That's so crucial. For myself, I know in this new journey, I am always coming back to myself, and I know that I want to be on this journey now. I really crave it. And I know that ultimately it is going to be for my highest good, and it's exciting. And I know that I need to do it for myself, but yet this time, as opposed to all the other times I've tried this, now I have support. You were saying, Lori, that you had support all along, right? And I shouldn't say, let me back up on that, because this time I have support because I've asked for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought, well, I got to do this on my own. So let me say that, because, yeah, that wasn't correct. It wasn't like I was on my own. I chose to be on my own.
Well, and not to interrupt, but the
Yeah.
whole idea of the support, it's, yeah, I was in my 20s, and I actually told some of the adults in my family that I had no support. I had to do this journey all by myself, because that's the way I felt. And they were offended because they thought they supported me, and I'm like, the older I got, I really kind of unpack that, if you will, and realized the importance of asking for what you need, how you need it, so you can be generative as you move toward your longing. And that is huge. So I want to celebrate that you are like asking for how, and how you want to support, because not everybody's support is moving you toward that sustaining and maintaining of whatever you wish to embody.
Yeah.
Because they have their own agenda, or they have their ABCD criteria that they think you should be following, and I'm like, let me follow my own criteria. Thank you very much. And that is the beauty of the art of unpacking.
Yeah.
You create it, how and where and what have you, you do it for yourself, and for the sake of being the fullness of who we all are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah,
cute.
that's perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is, and I'll say that the asking for help, this, I'm sure it's going to ring true for a lot of you guys, you know, uh, and it has been hard to say, I can't do this alone, but it has been a great, um, it's a piece on my checklist, right? And it's not, no, now I get to check it off. No, it's a huge deal. I think, to know that on our journey, whatever they might be, um, that this this art can be celebrated together and discovered together. Um, so that's why, I'm really excited to have our dream team. We are a dream team, I have to say. To have the LOC team come to you with this new exploration, new old, right? Because I think we kind of talked today about how we have been unpacking all our lives. We just never really used that term in this way, and how it's an eternal process, which is really, really cool. We'll be forever unpacking, which is really, really fun, right?
Yeah.
Forever, no matter, how minute. I think of being a kid, right, and looking in the dirt. I wanted to look for all the things in the dirt, right? Just down to the most minute thing, to me, is just fascinating. So, we're starting on the 16th of January with well, what does it mean to unpack kind of conversation, and then we're going to be starting this series on the 23rd, and we're going to use the templates, and we haven't talked too much about using the templates, but it's a beautiful way for us to get into the dirt and find all those wonderful little minerals and bugs, and bugs are a good thing, not the bad bugs, but the, whatever. So it's a way to get in and a little more deeply see, well, what's there for me to see, because already today, just talking about, wow, that could, this term, you know, craving, what my health journey is for me is asking for help. That's kind of what I've already discovered today. So it's really, really cool. So we would love to see anybody who would love to come and paint our lives with us. Anything else for you, Lori?
No, I want to invite people into the curiosity and the mystery and a little bit of the joy with the uncomfortability of what unpacking might be. It's that whole continuum. And when we're in a community that's supportive of us being wherever we are when we're there, everything has a place. And we support each other onto the next greater whole of who we are. So I hope to, be in relationship with you during this next series.
Great. Oh, it's been so much fun being with you today.
Yes, it was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. And have a great rest of your day, everyone, wherever you are in the world.